Judge Subramanian just dropped a crazy bombshell today, which basically places the freaking time that Diddy's going to be sentenced on to the lawyers. Check this out. Shout out to the P. Diddy trial updates. Judge Subramanian is aware a heavy task lies ahead with Sean P. Diddy Combs sentencing. To prepare, he asks that cases be found where offense levels were calculated based on transport for prostitution and minimal criminal history. Really, you're damn near saying none because Diddy has none. But, you know, whatever. Let's go. Aram Subramanian, United States District Judge. In connection with the sentencing proceeding in this case, the court would find it helpful to have available data on sentences imposed where 1, the primary or sole conviction was for a violation of 18 U.S.C. 2421A, or 2, the base offense level under the sentencing guidelines was calculated under 2G1.1A2 and a criminal history category of 1. Because remember, he don't have any points. He's not been in trouble like this before. So the parties should locate cases that that they believe match these criteria and file a letter, hopefully a joint letter identifying those cases by docket number and jurisdiction on or before September 1st, 2025. No argument should be included in this letter. The goal is for the parties' subsequent sentencing submissions to address the cases identified in the September 1st filing. Focus on those that each side believes reflect sentences imposed for similarly situated defendants, if any. The court appreciates the parties' assistance in identifying these cases, as this information is not presently available from the Sentencing Commission. So ordered, dated July 9th, 2025, New York, New York. Basically, hey, y'all get together, y'all figure this crap out, because if I do it, nobody's going to like anything. Which to me sounds like get ready for some prison time in the feds, Diddy. But you know what? Forget what I'm thinking. Let me give it to y'all and see what y'all think. Now, here's where it can be pro Diddy or anti Diddy, right? And I'll kind of let y'all decide, right? If they have cases and we know that you have some top guns, basically, you know what I mean? You got some top guns in there that can turn around and basically say, hey, bro, listen, man, we think that this is 100% comparable to this case and that case and this case and that case, right? And if that's the case, then it's cool because there's no default maximum sentencing, pardon me. So there's nowhere where the judge is basically saying, hey, bruh, I had to do it based off of this one. The judge is saying, y'all need to come through and pull up something that I actually can do. Now, it gives the defense a hell of a time to basically come up with something. They can build a strong mitigation case, and basically that could work for them. It could. But it also could backfire. I told you, it could 100% backfire because what do we know about this judge? We know this judge ain't favorable towards the defense. We know this. The judge, I haven't seen, and I'm not saying it's true, but I personally have not seen the judge be favorable towards the defense in anything. So he's basically trying to say, we're going to get data and we're going to figure this out from there. Now, the state wants, 60 to 45 months? So I'm wondering, where the hell did the state get that at? Where did they get that in particular? I don't know. Because in the grand scheme of things, when you have no reference, cool. But if they do have a reference, this could be very bad.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
Well, why could this be very bad, Nash? Tell us, man. Tell us. Because what happens with the cases that they may find? You see what I'm saying? What happens with the cases that they may find out. I'm gonna research real quick. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. So we're just gonna look for some similar cases in year sentence because what are they gonna use? The old, what was it about, bruh? Oh my God. The original reasoning for it was some racist thing with the black dude, the black boxer, and the white woman and all that and everything. So they may, I don't think they will, but they'll probably do this one. Markel Kushan Swergen, right? 2017. Guilty plea to knowingly transporting a person interstate with the intent for prostitution with coercion enhancement. So that's the part where it gets a little odd because with the feds, this is technically Diddy's first charge, right? So he's going to be a lower level sentence anyways. There's no mandatories for this one. So we're going to probably have to go. I don't know. It gets difficult. It gets difficult because the one I'm looking for, I'm not finding. And the amount of months that they're talking about is insane. This one right here is one in Nebraska, but that's 96 months, which is 8 years. So let me see what Markel got, and then we'll see. Because he was a level 4, which means he was up there. He already had a record. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It gets a little weird because they're not asking for all of this crap. So, I mean, realistically, could they suggest the 8 years? Yeah, but since they're not saying that crap, it's one of those things where we're just going to have to basically work on that. I don't want to say work on that. We're basically going to have to accept whatever it is that they try to play as far as the Swearingen case or however what you say. So you're looking at, from what I'm gathering, you're looking at 37 to 46 months. So 3 years, time served. We know he's going to have good behavior and all that crap. But even if, let's say he gets 2 years, right? Time served, do about a year. Ultimately, this is going to save him because he's going to do a lot of planning. But it also could be one of those things where he thinks that he's smarter. So he does other stuff. And then once he gets out, bruh, he has so many freaking civil cases that he's going to have to start countersuing people just to, quote unquote, recoup his money. This is one of those death by 1,000 cuts as far as his, how can I say this left way? As far as his money goes. As far as his money goes. So you're looking at this from a standpoint of right here. Diddy has 60 civil lawsuits going on. Then on top of that, they didn't bring in the lawsuits as far as what they could have used for all of this crap. And that should give Diddy like a positive outlook. Like, dang, bro, with all these clients and all this stuff going against Diddy, it seems like this is a civil action case. And it possibly could be. You could see commercials down the road saying, have you been assaulted by Sean Diddy Combs with Astroglide and baby oil? Like, you could see that. I doubt it highly. But also, bro, civil cases, they're actually easier to win than the criminal ones. Just gonna be fair. You can see Diddy, getting smacked over the head and then basically having to settle. Because you're looking at everything from a standpoint of statute of limitations and whatever the hell. So there's that. But I don't think that he's going to settle anything because look what happened when he settled the first one. Then you ended up in the feds. And the person who sued you is an unindicted co-conspirator. So when it boils down to it, is it a good thing or a bad thing for Diddy? I don't think we can have an answer. But if I'm being fair, I think it's bad. And some of y'all be like, oh man, you're flip-flopping on Diddy, bro. You called this, you called that. Well, I'm saying it's bad because I haven't seen anything positive from the judge. Don't get mad at me or get disrespectful disagreement from me when literally I'm just pointing out the fact that the judge seems biased as hell. Just being fair. So if you disagree, please disagree. But come on, bro. I'm telling y'all where I'm coming from. But let me know y'all thoughts on this, man. Share to keep your people aware. Subscribe, turn on the bell, stay notified. We dropping 2 more videos. We definitely got to react to the King Pill stuff because that was wild. And YNW Melly was back in court today, man. I ain't gonna hold you. It's not looking good because he's actually clashing with his defense team. But I'll catch you on the next one.